So down at the bottom of your screen, you should see some buttons, and it should say, let's see, where would it be?
Yeah, if there's a chat feature, you have to hover over it and there'll be a chat feature there.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you find it?
No.
So,
Okay.
yeah. Well, maybe yours is, are you on a phone?
There it is. So it looks like, it just says chat along the bottom. It might be on the top, depending on your screen. But anyway, welcome everyone. I see where people are coming from. Tell us who invited you as well. Texas, yay. Washington, New Jersey, woohoo. I'm a Jersey girl at heart. And Virginia. So we are so grateful that you are all here. I want to tell you that, when Dar started this company 40 years ago, nothing's changed really. The kitchen table is still where we create milestones, memories, and right now more than ever, we are needed. We are needed out there to help people get meals on their table quick and easy. So thank you all for joining in. I am Diana McDermott, and I have been with Pampered Chef since 1991. I started really just real quick to stay home with my children and be part of our income for our household. We needed money, right? And since then, it's given us so much more. And I stay because I really just love bringing people to the table and helping them with their everyday meals. And now it is helping cover for retirement and my grandchildren. So I started when my children were little to stay home for them. And now I stayed so I can be home with them. So that's just a little bit about me. If you see on this slide too, you'll see a little bit about Leslie Rogakis. She will tell you a little bit more about her as I turn over the next slide to you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Leslie Rogakis. I am hoping that one of my kids doesn't come running in here to tell on Daddy, but I live in Colorado. I'm a director. I've been with Pampered Chef since January 2015. And I signed up because I wanted to stay home with my kids. I had a 4-month-old and a 3-year-old at the time, and I wanted to be able to stay home with them. And I just needed to be able to make, in my head, I said I'd want to be able to make enough money for groceries. Just $350 a month was all I needed. And but I actually found out, first of all, Pampered Chef is something that's been in my kitchen for 23 years now, but at the time it was 17. And I just found out that because I already had a passion for the product, it was something that I really liked to share with other people. So what I've gotten out of it, and the reason I stay, is because people that I've met, the people that I've met that I work with, that are other consultants, and and my customers, and I've become friends with these people, and the support and the things that I've learned about myself too along the way have been just absolutely incredible. So I do make a lot more than what my original goal was, and I work this is my job, and I'm really grateful. I'm grateful for the company. I'm grateful for the people that I've met too.
Well, that's great. So right now you're seeing a little bit of a pattern, right? So Leslie's going to go on and talk a little bit about how you discover your why.
So having said all that, that was my original why, and I think it's really, really, really important to have that as a clear vision of what your why is, so that you obviously can focus on your ultimate goal when things are going well. And when things are going tough, which they do and they will, it does help you to stay motivated, to continue on. There's been times over the last 5 years where I've not wanted, I don't want to say I wanted to quit, but things got hard. Things got really hard, and I just wanted, but I kept looking at my kids, and I really enjoy the fact that I'm able to be with my kids when they need me, and my schedule is flexible. If somebody's sick, I can stay home with them, and I can be there, and I don't have to go to a job and not be available to my children. So
Yeah,
we want to
that's
ask you,
wonderful.
yeah, we want to ask you right now to just kind of really, really think about that and get a hold of your why. Why did you sign up to be a Pampered Chef consultant? Why do you, what is your ultimate goal? So we want you to think about that. And I'm sorry if you
And
can hear the kids.
you can put some things up in the chat too. So, okay. So take a moment, reflect. Why? What's your heart tug? All right. We can move to the next screen. Okay.
Sorry, I muted because the kid was crying. Um, you can ask yourself, what do you want to do? This is real life, everybody. This is real life. Do you want to, like I said, I wanted to just have $350 a month for groceries. That's what was going to help our family to make ends meet. And there's you can do it to pay, like if you want to pay off the bills, if you want to make enough money for a down payment on a car, if you want to work for yourself, not have to answer to somebody else, which is something that I really enjoy. Fund your daily caffeine fix. So
Yeah,
basically, it can be anything that you want it to be. It can be part-time, it can be a hobby, it can be full-time. But again, it's really important to know exactly what that goal is so that you can stay focused on it.
great. And some of the goals you guys are putting down are wonderful. To be able to stay home with your children, to let's see a few more. Make some money to put away for a rainy day. How about that? Yeah, that's great. To earn extra money for your grandchildren to fly and see them, so you can fly and see them. Amazing. I understand that. I have grandchildren in California. I'm in Virginia. So these are some great things. So go on, Leslie. We're on to the next slide.
Okay, so let's dream a little. If you knew you couldn't fail, what if you knew you couldn't fail, what would you like your Pampered Chef business to look like? If there was nothing standing in your way, what would you want this to be for you?
Dream.
I'm actually really working on focusing on promoting and building a team and being a better leader and a better trainer and having a better system in place and that kind of thing. So if I knew that I couldn't fail, which I really can't fail unless I allow myself, the only way I'm going to fail is by not trying. That is the only way I can fail. So
that's wonderful. That's a really good thing. Some things people are dreaming about here is not to have to work 2 jobs, right? To work for yourself and bring home enough so your husband only has to work 1 job. That's sweet. And these are real, guys, and these things can happen, right, Leslie?
Absolutely, they can happen, because I would love to be able to have my husband stay home with me now that I've had to do it for the last 6 weeks, but it's not as bad as I thought it might be. But yeah, it absolutely is 100% doable, and you are the only person that can hold you back.
Absolutely. So I'm so happy you guys shared some of your dreams and your goals, and don't stop here. Write them down. Get it a piece of paper and write down what you were thinking and make your story yours. And we're going to begin here. So what we're going to doing is our director team has come together to, this is our very first training for successful start for consultants, right? So we're going to set some great expectations for what we need to be doing. And one is, it is proven that if you start with 4 shows a week, and yes, you can do 4 shows at one time now. Well, that's amazing. So repeat after me. 4 shows a week, no matter what, will grow your business into almost anything you'd like it to be. So to hold 4 shows a week, you have to think about, you want to book a minimum of 5 or 6, right? So some great verbiage you can use to get your hosts for this next week. You can get hosts starting as soon as tomorrow. So I'm just going to read this to you. We will put this in the comments so you can copy and paste. So it's just a little to give you an idea of how you can talk to someone. And when I'm saying this right now, your primary way of probably talking to someone is texting, Facebook Messenger. This is not a post. You want to make sure that you're having a conversation with your friends, and or yes, you can even pick, people are actually answering their phones now. So you can call people and say, hey, hi, did you, I don't know if you knew this, but I am now a Pampered Chef consultant. I'm so very excited. And I'm setting up my first round of virtual parties and would love to include you as one of my hosts. What does it take? You ask? It's really very simple. Just say yes, and then I do the rest. You only need about 5 or 10 minutes a day to check in on your friends. At the end of the week, you're going to have a great shopping spree. How is that? That would be so much fun. So let me, and you'll be helping me launch my business. I think you'll love the party experience. You'll learn lots and your friends will really enjoy it. And now, more than ever, people are cooking at home and we can help them. So, can I count you in? How's that sound? Sound good? So let's take a little closer look at the numbers, right? So if you did that, if you held 4 shows a week, and these are averages, it could be more, it could be a little bit less. But if you do 4 shows a week, you're going to make at least $200 to $500 a week, right? And that means $800 to $2,000 a month. What would that do? What would that do for you and your family right now? And then think about those 4 shows and all the people you're going to help and connect with. How will you feel at the end of that week when your hosts are also having those great shopping sprees? Think about that. Now what if you increased it a little bit, 6 to 8? Dream a little bit. Our goal for you this week is to get 4 shows on your calendar. How does that sound, guys? Good? Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Yay. So to start doing this, we have to start setting some goals. We talked a little bit of creating your why, and there is information on that in Dash, and we will give you resources at the end. So thinking about your why, thinking about dreaming a little bit of what this business can be for you, and now how do you get there? So it's goals. It's setting smart, Pampered Chef goals. And by that I mean they must be specific, they must be measurable, they must be actionable. You need to take action to achieve your goal, right? We can't just write it down. They must be relevant. And how is that goal going to be relevant to you? They also need to be attached to time, so time bound. So think about it this way. you know, I am a Pampered Chef consultant. By holding 4 shows a week and keeping keeping going, I'm going to be able to earn $200 to $500 this week. And the measurable and the relevance of that is now I'll be able to help support my family or whatever your why is. And then the time bound. Put your time limit on that. I will achieve having 4 shows by the end of the week. So that's how you kind of set your SMART goals up. And anybody like to add to that? Nope. All right. I think we're on to the next slide.
I actually love this. I love that. I know all I'm going to say about, you know, setting goals. I think that is one thing that is so important. I was just thinking about something that what a goal can do for you. So a goal is something that it gets you out of bed every single morning because you're so excited, but it also keeps you awake at night because you're always thinking about it. So I hope that you will, obviously you're going to want to set some goals if you want to be successful in this business. So, okay. And by the way, my name is Patty Moserino, and I'll be introducing you right after this, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tell you a little bit about your launch list. Like, who do you know? So we want you to create a list that's an ongoing list, and you're going to create it because, you know, we want you to think about that your social circles are bigger than you think, and each person makes a great potential host. So you have lots of people out there. Your first shows are your practice shows, and your first hosts are the foundation of your business. You're going to earn a commission at these shows, but more importantly, you'll make connections that will expand your business into other social circles. So I want you to think about this. So that piece of paper, if you pull it up, and this is actually going to be your homework, this is going to be the start of something really big. And what I want you to start thinking about is at least 4 of these in each of the categories. So I want you to think about friends that you know, but not just your current friends. I want you to think of maybe college friends that you went to school with, or even your grammar school friends, or maybe you have some couples that you know in other social circles. And then think about your neighbors. Think about your current neighbors that you now have in your neighborhood, and also think about some of those people where you used to live, so some past neighbors that you have. And relatives. Relatives including maybe your mom, your mother-in-law, your parents, your siblings, your aunts, uncles, cousins, no matter what. So start thinking big, think out of the box. Co-workers, maybe you're working a full-time job now, maybe you've worked before, so even past co-workers. And then think about, who do I send holiday cards to? Now, obviously that list could be huge, you know. You're sending out a wedding invite. You're thinking about, I'm going to have a wedding. Who would I invite to that? So those are the people I want you to start thinking about. Your digital contacts. Think of your social media, friends on Facebook, Instagram followers, Snapchat, email contacts. I mean, there's so many. Text messages. Your community connections. Maybe you belong to a church, or you volunteer somewhere. You also think about people that you have in your phone, that you phone all the time. And those people that are your foodie buddies. So people that you know that love to cook and love to eat. Okay, hopefully you're writing that list. And here we go. So I'm just going to go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Patty Moserino, and I will be celebrating 30 years with Pampered Chef in May. I know, it just seems like yesterday. But I started because I needed to help make a tuition payment and a car payment. And along the way, obviously, I've been able to pay for, you know, college tuition and help out with the mortgage. And I've traveled to incredible destinations that, you know, were just amazing. Things that I never thought I would travel to. So I'm going to go ahead, and we're going to introduce Leslie right now, because then she's going to take over for us. Are you there? Is she on?
Yeah, so Lisa, it's
Oh,
Lisa.
it's Lisa. Yeah, that's right.
That's okay, Patty. So my
sorry.
name is Lisa Locken. I am in Westminster, Colorado. And next month will be 7 years, a couple weeks away from 7 years with Pampered Chef. Started because I love the product and I thought I'd see what I could do with it. I stay because I still love the products. I absolutely love the company and I've made some great friendships. I love my PC family and I absolutely love being able to contribute to my family's finances and still be home for my kids and my cousin's kids that I watch. I say I'm a stay-at-home auntie now. But I just love Pampered Chef. So.
Well, that's wonderful.
So, and I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about the types of parties. So we talk about wanting you guys to do 4 shows. And I did see a couple of comments in there in the chat that it seems overwhelming to do 4 shows. One of the things that I didn't even think about and didn't put in the slides, but you can do a block party. So that's posting 1 time a day, but you have 4 different hosts in the one party. So it's not extra time consuming or anything like that. So you can have posting 1 time a day, but you can have 4 or even 5 shows going at once.
Mhm.
And that's obviously part of the virtual parties. Most virtual parties are done on Facebook, but you can do right now, you can do a Zoom party. You can do, well, and on the next slide is the express parties, but so you can do virtual parties, you can do wedding registries. You can do a virtual wedding registry, which obviously right now that's kind of a way to do it because everything is going virtual right now. You can do texting parties and you just have a group of people that you send everything through text message. And with the virtual parties, you can do have the schedulers. You can use Facebook Scheduler, and that's what I do. I just use Facebook Scheduler, and I go in every morning and I post all of my, I schedule all my posts for that day. And then I can go whenever I have a few minutes, I can go on there and look and reply to anybody that has asked a question or anything like that on there. There's the 15-minute express parties. It's done in Facebook Messenger. You take 15 minutes and you share maybe 10 to 15 products, videos, that kind of thing, and share the party link with them and hold that show open for 24 hours and then close it in the next 24 hours. Fundraisers, right now, we, Pampered Chef, giving double the contribution, so you can contribute up to 30%. You can host it yourself, and I also recommend every month have one of your own shows open, because as you're in the business longer, you're going to have people that are going to think of you when they need something from Pampered Chef, and they're going to go to your website. So they can look for an open party. So always at the beginning of the month, set a party in your name, and then just leave it for the month. And that's an extra show there for you. The other thing is go live. Try to go live, once or twice a week at least. And just talk about a product, highlight a product and go live. You'll get a order or a booking just about every time you go live with stuff. So even though you're probably scared to go live, just do it, because it is always a great success. The other thing the other type of party I mentioned is a Zoom party. You can do just a Zoom component in a Facebook party and a virtual party, or set up an hour-long Zoom and have everybody bring something, whether they just want to have a snack and a drink and watch you and do the video that way, or you can have them cook in their kitchen along with you. So lots of different options to do these parties.
Lisa.
Miriam, you're up.
Oh, Miriam. Oops.
Can you hear us, Miriam?
Okay, I unmuted, sorry.
Sorry.
I'm Miriam, I'm a director in Indiana. I joined about 16 years ago. And okay, I just totally lost you all. Nope, I'm here. I joined for the products because I absolutely love the products. I always loved it. And the more I used it, the more I wanted it. And I remember my first party that I went to after I moved from Ohio to Indiana. The consultant was just like, here's a knife, this is this, and this is that. And I was like, oh my goodness. So I was extremely shy. And I signed up without really thinking that I have to stand up in front of people and talk. But that was the best thing that ever happened to me. And now I stay because this has been a full-time job for me for 12 out of the 16 years. And I was able to buy my own first home. I'm single, and that's what I'm doing right now. So never in a million years would I have thought when I started that I'm going to be actually able to buy a house and support myself just by doing all the fun stuff that I do. So it's definitely a big plus. And first of all, I just want to welcome everyone. Just by showing up on this call means that you're actually investing in your business. And I'm just so proud of you that you show up, because that is a big thing. Just by showing up on the phone calls, on anything that's going on, if you show up, you will succeed in this business. I get to tell you all about the wonderful products that you're going to earn along the way, especially the first 90 days. And I know exactly how that feels, because 16 years ago, I was in your shoes. I'm sorry?
Next slide.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I was in those shoes. I was starting out. And back when I first signed up, I remember submitting my shows and being so excited. But one thing that I did not realize was all the goodies in the boxes that would show up. I checked the first box that came. It was a mystery to me. I was like, what is in this box? I called my recruiter and she's like, oh, I forgot to tell you. The more shows you do, the more sales you do, the more goodies you get. I was like, what? So I went home and I found the paper in one of the boxes that showed everything that I would get along the way as we journey on. So for the first one, if you do 500, if you sell 500 in your first 30 days, you'll get the ceramic egg cooker and the mini skinny scraper, which is a $25 value. Now, if you go back to what Diane was saying, doing 4 shows in 1 week, you should be able to earn that very first week. And once those boxes start coming from FedEx, it gets a little bit addicting. And every time a big truck goes by, you're like, ooh, is it stopping here? Is it gonna come and give me my next goodie? So in 90 days, you can earn so much just by having fun, just literally doing shows and submitting them. And I don't know about you, but it just gets me so excited about every new product that comes out and every product that I earn, and especially if it's free, if you don't have to pay for it. So your next one is, let's say you do 4 shows your very first week. You're going to sell 500 or more. Easily you'll sell more. But at the minimum for 500, you'll get the ceramic egg cooker. That's a $25 value along with the mini skinny scraper. The next week, you're going to do another 4 shows. By now, you're up in doing more than $12.50 in sales, I'm sure. You'll get the 8-inch saute pan. And the handle, as you all know, releases. And those of you that signed in March will definitely try to get your $12.50 in your 30 days, because that air fryer is coming and you can do a little bit of baking in that little 8-inch saute pan in the air fryer. So that is just so much more value there. But anyway, the 8-inch saute pan is $70 value. You're going to go on, and the next one is your 2,500. You'll be getting the 10-inch and the 12-inch iron skillets. That's $120 value. And if you keep on going, your 5,000, you're going to get the whole complete knife block set. And that's a wow. I mean, seriously, the knife block set with all the tools, the kitchen shears, the honing tool, the beautiful block. Imagine that sitting on your counter. And you should be able to do that in less than 90 days, especially if you start doing those 4 shows. And someone had mentioned, or in your chat, it's a little bit overwhelming. At first, it was very intimidating thinking about it. But if you stop and think, if you set up 1 show it literally takes about 5 minutes to set up that next one, another 5 minutes for the next one, and another 5 minutes for the next one. So by the end of the day, I actually spend about 20 minutes extra setting up 4 shows rather than just one. Now, I'm very old school, and I use Facebook Scheduler. So every morning I get up and I schedule schedule one show. But as I schedule the one, I just copy, I paste, go to the next one, paste, go to the next one, paste, go to the next one, paste. I go back and I get the next hour. Copy, paste, 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 paste. Copy, paste, 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 paste. So actually 4 shows take 15 minutes longer, 20 minutes, a little bit longer. And the rest of the day, you can feel a little bit more free around noon and in the mid-afternoon and again at night. I just go on and I check and see if they have any questions. I do a lot of interaction so that I don't have to be right in there with it. They do a lot of interacting without me being present. So if you take it into those little steps, it's not quite so intimidating. And you know what, guys, just dive in. Just dive in and do it. That's the only way that we're going to know if we can do it or not. I'm actually going to challenge you, do 5. It's 5 minutes more. 5 minutes more to do another show. So that is a little bit about all the goodies that you're going to be getting in your first 90 days. But don't forget, every month, Pampered Chef gives out these goodies just for doing $750 in sales. I always try to do that my very first week, because if you have, again, 4 shows that first week, most always you're going to earn those goodies the very first week. And this month in April, and April is not over yet, Friday you can start a brand new show and end it. Just make sure that you have your sales done or the show's ended by the last day and have it submitted. Earn that $750 and earn those 2 cast iron skillets. So that's absolutely, I think it's just beyond what Pampered Chef gives you as a thank you for doing your job. What other job does that, really? It's just phenomenal. I'm always in awe. Like, what are they going to give us next month? And I don't really expect anything, but yet here it comes. Here it is. 2 things that you want to really, really keep in mind, and that is make sure you know when your first 30 days are up and also your 90 days. Put that on your calendar and track it. Make sure that you can earn everything that's on the table, because all these freebies, they're for you. It's for you. If you want it, it's there. I always think of it, if it's free, it's up to me. If it's free, it's up to me. Definitely try your best to get it. In your paperwork box, you should have gotten a little cardboard, or not a cardboard, but it looks like a road map, actually. Take that out, put it on your fridge, and follow that along. And it will put your 30 days in there, put your 90 days in there. As soon as you get your shows put in, figure out exactly how many sales you have by the end of that week, or Mondays, whenever you put your shows in, submit them, and cross it off as you go, and just watch those goodies come rolling into your driveway. Because if it's free, it's there for you. Take it. Don't leave it. Don't leave it on the table for someone else. I mean, it's there for you. I think that's about it. If you think that is good,
You did a great job. Thank you.
Very good. Yeah, thank you.
you've got
Take it
more.
from here.
Yeah.
So, hi everybody. My name is Lisa Ford, and I've been with Pampered Chef for 5 years. I started with Pampered Chef the same day. I was having actually a Pampered Chef party that evening, but that afternoon they let go of my whole sales and marketing team, and I was one of them. So I found myself without a job. I went to my Pampered Chef show. I really wanted that free rock crock. If you joined that month, like Miriam was saying, They give out free gifts for incentives. I could get that free rock I didn't have to pay for it. So I joined. I thought, what the heck? I'll go on unemployment. I'll try this business out. We'll see how it goes. Well, it really went. So I'm really excited that I get to share the Fast Track Director benefits with you, because I can speak to that. I was a Fast Track Director. I didn't think I was going to take off. I thought I was just getting that rock. I was going to steal it, get it free, and then just move on down the road as I found another job. That just never happened. I'm here to tell you that on top of all the products that Miriam just talked about, there's a lot of bonus cash and PC dollars that you can earn in your first 90 days. And when I started, I thought, why not me? I mean, I'm not leaving any money on the table. I'm going to go for it. So I really dove in, and I really went after the free cash. So let's just talk about that a minute. And I'm going to have to go into some details here for you guys. If you didn't do the Dash training yet on getting started and what you can earn in your first 90 days, becoming a Fast Track Director is one of the things they talk about. You can actually earn $100 for each new team member that you add to your team in the first 90 days. And once they qualify in $1,250 in sales in their first 90 days, you get that extra $100. But you don't just get that. You also get an extra $50 of PC cash. And what that is that goes into your Pampered Chef account, and you can use that $50 to sign up for conference, which is coming up. Our sign up is May 4th and our conference is in July. You can use that extra money for your PC dollars for extra items that you want to put into your kitchen. So you don't want to really leave that money on the table. And if you have an item that you really want and you want to bring on a lot of team members and earn that $100 and all those extra PC dollars, you can buy your air fryer, you can buy your quick cooker, and you can buy the wonderful deluxe cooking blender, which I love, with some of your PC money. So that's really one of the items, or one of the things that I strongly suggest you try to do. It's actually more fun when you're joining this business to bring a friend along. I call it a partner in fun that you can share this amazing journey with. And when you have somebody to join with you, don't worry about you not knowing enough to bring on your teammates, because all the training is in Dash and your director will help you with the training. You just worry about bringing on your own people so that you could do this together. I know I made a list of friends, family, and acquaintances that I thought would benefit by having a side business and can use some extra cash. I thought about people who needed to pay off a bill or save for a vacation, or friends I thought who would want to get out of the house. Back then, we weren't really doing the virtual world. We were going out and doing cooking shows. And I had a lot of friends that just needed something to do. So I told them about the business and invited them into it and to check it out. And I even talked to my daughter about it, and she actually signed up as well. And she became a Fast Track Director the day after I became a Fast Track Director. So it's not as hard to do. It's actually, if you put your mind to it, it's actually pretty simple. And anytime you bring on a new team member, you'll increase your income. We'll talk about that in a minute, but who doesn't want a pay raise, right? Whenever you promote, by bringing on a new team member, you actually promote and you get an increase in your percentage of what you earn. You also get that extra $100 and that extra $50. So let's talk about what the qualifications are for becoming a Fast Track Director and why you'd want to achieve that. So first, to become a Fast Track Director, you need to bring on 5 active consultants on your team. An active consultant has to make at least $150 in sales a month and to be active. So your team also, totally with you, would have to submit $5,000 in sales that month and do it in your first 90 days. That's how you would become a Fast Track Director. You yourself only have to submit $750 in sales, but as long as your team combines it to $5,000, you would qualify. And this needs, again, to be done your first 90 days. When you promote to director, you get a cash bonus of $500. You see that first $500 there. When you remain, how should I say this? When you are active as a director for 3 months in a row after that, you will get that other $500 in cash. So that's $1,000 right there. And that's not all. Every month for everybody who's on your team that is active, you get $10 per person. And that can add up pretty quickly as you bring people onto your team. And you're going to get an additional 3% override on your team sales. So you just gave yourself a raise. It's like becoming a CEO of your own company when you thought you would just be an employee, right? No one else can do that. You can't walk into a job tomorrow, be an employee, and become the CEO the next day. You can with Pampered Chef. So I want you to first set your goals to book 4 parties a week, like we've talked about. And we always say, once you have 4 parties, you should be able to bring on 1 new consultant at least. You're going to do that by inviting your hostesses to join the company, asking your friends if they want to join the company, talk in your parties about joining Pampered Chef. Especially right now with people sitting at home, not working, losing their jobs. This could be something they could do temporarily, and it could turn into something they'll do full time. So people are buying Pampered Chef right now because they're cooking at home more than they ever have. And they're finding out they'd like a few extra tools in their kitchens. And we can tell you that's true because we're all been pretty busy lately. Mm-hmm. So $500 cash when you promote to a director, $500 cash when you hold your title for 3 months. If you bring on 5 new people, that's another $500 in cash when they qualify in their first 30 days. And then another $250 you can get when in PC dollars when you bring on 5 people and they qualify. So basically, I'm just here to say, believe it and you can achieve it. It's happened to me. It's happened to many people on my team. And you know, why not take advantage of what the company is offering you? Does anybody have any questions about that? Because I know I kind of went through it pretty quick. Who wants to go for it?
How about show me the money?
Yeah, for sure.
Yay! I like that, Grace. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Good. All right. Oh my goodness. So where do we start? A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Okay? That's exactly it. So, but what is your biggest, what is it that you need to move forward right now? And the biggest thing that you need to move forward is obviously you want to get some shows on your calendar, right? Who wants to get paid? Who wants to get paid? I don't see your hand up. No paycheck for you. Okay. All right. That's absolutely right. But there's a couple of things. So we've talked a little bit about, you know, some of, you know, the things that like your launch list, you know, why you need to be reaching out to all of these people. And the main reason is because, you know, you're going to reach out to 4 in every single one of those categories. I know it may seem like a lot, and you're probably thinking, you know, that a lot of people are going to be, you know, answering you right away. Well, even though they're home, even though most everybody is home, they get sidetracked with, you know, homeschooling kids and just everyday things that they're taking care of. They're probably working from home as well. Being a parent, you know, they're doing multiple things, including, you know, homeschooling their kids.
Excuse me, Patty, I'm going to interrupt you real quick.
Yeah.
Can you take the spotlight off of Lisa and put it on you? Okay.
I could, but
Sorry.
I don't want to. I know. I have too many things. Next time we're getting a lot more co-hosts.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So we want to make sure that you guys are ready, prepared, you know, for getting all the bookings and all the shows on your calendar that you need and want. So I started to say before about, you know, utilizing that launch list. That's going to be huge, you know, writing a list. And honestly, I use a notebook. So you just want to keep going and you want that list to continue on. And that's throughout your business, throughout all the years of your business. We're constantly adding new contacts and new leads into that. So that's one of the things you want to do. Not everybody's going to say yes. In fact, the people sometimes that you think aren't going to say yes are probably the ones that are going to say yes. You know, but just keep just keep at it. Unless somebody tells you no, it's important. And I think they had mentioned it about it being a two-way contact. So if you reach out to someone and they don't happen to message you back right away or call you back right away or, text you back right away, it's because they get busy with life. But you can definitely follow back up with them. And we're going to share some of that verbiage with you on how you're actually going to go ahead and reach out to people. So that I think it's going to make it nice and easy, because I think you would all agree if you had some of that right in your back pocket, you're going to say, okay, I can do this. This is pretty easy. So we're going to share a lot of that with you. But one of the other things we need for you to do is we need you to go to Dash. And you probably, even if you've recently started, so January, February, March, most of you are still in your 90 days, especially with the 30-day extension. So you are all invited, because you can still take advantage of the new consultant rewards and getting your business off and rolling, especially now with a little bit of a distraction going on. So what I'm going to say to you is that definitely go to Dash if you already haven't done that, because you would have gotten an email right away and you would have been able to click and go directly there. But we're going to send you the link for that if you don't have it, but this is actually the link. So we'll make sure that you get that. And we want to make sure, because Dash is where you're going to set your goals. You're going to learn about these rewards that Lisa was talking about. And you're going to discover your why. What, I think Leslie was talking about earlier as well. And then you're going to start planning your very first party. It's all right there in one place, and so much more in that program. We also have other places that you'll be able to go to, but we want to make sure that you are totally prepared. The most important things that you need to do is go through the first 10 steps. And it is 4 of the, it's the first 10 steps of that I'm sorry, I just lost my train of thought. But if you are a brand new consultant, you can't go anywhere else. They take you to the first 10. So that's where we want you to go. You'll learn about goal setting. You'll learn about using your calendar, and you're going to learn about setting up those parties. So that's where we want you to go first. Okay. What is your action plan? We've talked about a lot of things. So we want to make sure that you envision your why and create your goal. And they shared why that was really important. So that's the first thing that you want to do. You want to create that launch list, which I just talked about. You want to pick your party dates. If you're going to be starting, typically people start on a Thursday or a Friday. They have their host invite, and then they start engagement Saturday, Sunday, and then they have 5 days of product with a wrap up in there. So if that's what you're planning on doing, then pick your party dates. And what I love that somebody shared with me before is that put 4 lines, because that's what you want to do. It's a great visual for you. So on Wednesday or Tuesday, put 4 lines on that date on every single Wednesday, okay? And for every single week. And then what you want to do, that's going to be a great visual, because what that's going to say is, I've got to make sure that I have those dates filled in. I have to make sure I have people in those. So hopefully that helps you out a little bit, because I love visuals. And then you got to start contacting your family, friends, acquaintances to offer those parties. And like I said, we're going to give you that verbiage as well. And then you're going to track those contacts. So you want to make sure that you have some sort of tracking system, whether it be that notebook or if you're a digital kind of person, either way. And then you're going to do some of that Dash training. And I guess we're challenging you to see how many points that you can actually have by next Tuesday. So then make sure that this is so important, is right after this and before our next call, we need you to check in with your recruiter or director between now and then. In the next couple of days, go ahead and you want to share your why with them, create your goal, and of course, let them know where you are. And then we are going to see you next week, same bat time, same bat channel, for some additional training. And I'm looking up and I love it because I see Grace and she's smiling. So I love that. But before we move on, I just want to, there is someone else on this call. Nancy Joe, are you here? I think you are here, right?
I am here.
I know, I can't find you. There you are.
Hi.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and And I'm just going to ask if you can just share a few words, Nance, because she's our grand poopa. I had to say that. But I'll let you go ahead and take it away. Nancy Jo's been in this business even longer than I have, even longer than my 30 years.
Yeah, do you want to take off the shared screen, Patty?
Oh, yeah, I can totally do that.
Okay, there we go. Do you like my my background here? I was just in Paris in February, or actually March rather. Seems like a lifetime ago. Hi everybody, my name is Nancy Jo Ryan. Looking a little weathered here. It's 9 o'clock or almost 10 o'clock at night where I'm at. But I just want to encourage you. I started this business for Christmas money, and I used to be in the accounting world. I was home with my kids and just was going to do this little thing for some extra Christmas money. And what I found was I loved helping people succeed. And I loved helping my hosts succeed in their parties, my guests succeed in their kitchens, and my consultants succeed in making some money, whether it was a little bit of money or a lot of money. I had no idea what was in front of me. And quite honestly, neither do you. You have the ability to do whatever you want with this business. What I love the best about this is it doesn't matter where you live, what gender you are, what your education background is. It doesn't matter if you're a professional, a stay-at-home person. None of those things matter, because all that matters is what you bring to the table, and you can succeed beyond your wildest dreams. What started out for me to be a little 8-week part-time, 2-night-a-week job ended up, I made $100,000 in my 4th year, working 2 nights a week and helping others work 1 to 2 nights a week. In the virtual world, that's equivalent to about 4 shows a week instead of the 2 shows a week. But you can do it around all those important things in your family and in your life. And I love it because it doesn't matter if you're 18 to 80, if you finished high school or have a doctorate, you can succeed. It doesn't matter. It's just what you bring to the table. And I like to tell people to be the best CEO, pretend you invested $100,000 into this business instead of 150 or 250, because, or what is it? It's 99, 150 or 250. So anyway, don't think of it like that. Think of it like you invested 100,000, because it can pay you back in those kind of numbers without the stress of you having to pay back that kind of investment. Open your doors, market yourselves, be really smart about the time you spend here. Be fully present with your family when you're with your family, and fully present with your business when you're with your business. I have helped thousands of people, literally thousands of people in this business. I have 8,000 people on my team in all 50 states. And by my 11th year, I was making $500,000. So I want to encourage you to dream big and to do whatever you want to do with this business. And I know it seems overwhelming now. It is overwhelming because it's a brand new job. It's a brand new job. But you know what? In any brand new job, there's a learning curve. And that's what you're having right now, is a learning curve. What you learn this week will seem like nothing 2 weeks, 3 weeks from now, okay? And the biggest and most important thing you need to remember is we're here for you. And you can dream and be and do as much or as little as you like. So if somebody said, if it's to be, it's up to me, it's really the attitude you need to have. And the one thing I can say about this whole stay-at-home thing that we're in right now, it's like, it's frustrating. It's wild to think that we can't just go do and live our lives, but it's also an opportunity that you're never going to have this much time again to learn a new business and to just succeed and to do the things that you need to do to make your business soar. So I want to encourage you to really do a deep dive into the training and into what we have to offer for you and see what happens. because you may be shocked and surprised. Like I said, I made 14.7 my first year. I made 26.5 my second year. I made 49.7 my third year. And in my fourth year, I made 100,000, 97.5. And those are amazing numbers, especially because I was not away from my family more than 2 nights a week. You can do 4 shows to 6 shows. I mean, 4 shows a week, and you will be amazed at the kind of money you make. Someone was just on a phone call yesterday, and in her first 28 days of business, she sold $6,500 worth of merchandise. Now, she is absolutely blown away. She couldn't believe that this was happening. She was hoping to make $200 to $300 for groceries. So dream big, do what you can, take a deep dive into the training, because you're never going to have this much time on your hands again, and see how God blesses you. I personally pray about my business all the time, and he has blessed me richly. And not because I'm anybody special, but because I've worked hard, been consistent, and I've helped a lot of other people help other people. So it's kind of like that pay it forward thing. We're helping you. We're here for you. And someday you'll be here for someone else. Thanks, Patty. I appreciate it.
Nancy Joe, oh my goodness. I can't tell you, we have been friends. Well, it's almost 30 years. So, but you touch my heart every single time. We appreciate you. You're so authentic, and we just love you.
Oh,
We
it's
can't hug you,
it's our little
but I'm
Huda
sending a
Thunka
hug. What's
Yeah.
that?
It's our little Huda Thunka jobs, Patty. I mean, we all started this for different reasons,
I know,
and we become life friends that go way beyond the Pampered Chef. And
that is for sure.
I've been doing this 33 years, and I was going to do it for 2 months, you guys. So even if you have small goals, fulfill your small goals. See what happens. I was going to quit, and in January, and I went. At that time, we met in person for meetings, and I said to my husband, I said, "Oh my gosh, I'm giving away a business," because I had all these leads written down on pieces of paper. You know how accountants are; they're pretty, anal with details. And so, he said, "Nancy, as long as you keep it to the 2 nights, what we agreed to, that's what will work for our family. It's fine." And so I came back, and I started my first show. I had my first show in my mind back. I didn't do any shows in I did show my first show January 28th. And from the very first night back, I had a recruit. And it was really funny because I didn't recruit anybody during the fall selling season when I was doing this. Not one person joined my team, because you know what? It was my head. I knew I wasn't going to be here, and I didn't want to invite anybody and then leave the business. So I had tons of bookings, but not one person said that they would like to join me in my business. And I thought it was really interesting that when my mind changed and when I opened my heart up to recruiting and helping others join the team, join the business, everything changed. And in 3.5 weeks, I had 5 people, and we qualified them all, and I was a director March 1. And so you guys, it's so much easier today to achieve success and to achieve directorship in Pampered Chef than it was like when I started long time ago. The qualifications and the requirements are so much easier. So think outside the box, and think, especially today, who do you know that needs needs a hand up, and reach out your hand, well, maybe your elbow. But anyway, think of your friends and family that could use some help. Thanks, Patty.
Thanks, Nancy Joe. Thanks. Okay. So I just want to do a quick, well, I think we did that. So does anybody have any questions? Does anybody have any questions right now? Because we can take any question. If you have a question, either you can come live so you can unmute yourself, or you can put it a question in the chat. Anybody?
And while the questions are coming up, let's go to thank everybody.
Yep, let's do that. We want to thank our entire training team. So this is our team of Marie Friday, Sue Myers, just give a little wave. Cassie Trolson, Katie Bardo, Kathy Bader, Peggy Larson. Thank you guys. Lisa Loken. Did I say that right? Leslie Ragakis. Did I say that? I'm getting good. Hey. Miriam Miller.
Rogakis.
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 Okay. All right. You could call me Patty Mustacholi. Diana McDermott and Lisa Ford. Thank you guys so much. It has been it's been so much fun to be able to work with you guys and pull this together. So I hope you like it so much that you want to come back next week. Just saying. And bring some of your closest friends. Thanks all the trainings that you guys did.
guys did
And your new
great.
recruits.
What's that?
Okay. I said you guys did great tonight.
Thanks.
Very
Thanks.
beautiful.
Thank our team.
Who's the
Yeah.
beautiful artist on your slide presentation?
Let's thank Patty Moserino.
Oh,
Yeah.
she did a great job.
I know.
I'm done.
Yeah. I think I
This
have
is,
to-
you guys,
You did.
we're very lucky to have this kind of support. You
try to
know,
do this.
we have a gazillion opportunities for training plus a really good think tank.
Thank you. Yeah.
So,
Right. Here, you
And
know what
be
I'm gonna
sure to
do?
reach out to the person who invited you to for
Exactly.
follow-up during this week.
Yeah.
So if you need to go, you can go.
Before
If
you
wanna
go,
stay
wait,
on and ask.
hold on 1 second. Before you go, if you can grab that link, I don't think it's clickable, but if you copy and paste that link that I just put in there, it's an Evernote link, it will give you the scripts, it'll give you for the PCTeamTraining.com, and it'll give you for just about everything. So if you click, well, otherwise we will get that link to you, and then we will also have the link for this recording. So we'll make sure that we do that as well. So we want to make sure that you guys have some verbiage so that you can start sharing and get up early tomorrow and start contacting your friends. And actually, people aren't going to, I'm going to tell you, people aren't going to bed at 9 o'clock at night anymore because they're not getting up for work in the morning. So I'm going to tell you, get out there. Who's going to do that? Who's going to take that challenge? Who is actually going to get out there tonight and go and get go reach out to 8 people? Who would do that? 8 people. No, nobody?
Somebody wants to share something. They're on their
Yeah.
phone.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Who is it?
I don't know.
iPhone.
Can you hear
Oh,
me?
you know, that's Angie.
Yes,
We
Yeah,
can hear.
say iPhone. Where do you see iPhone though?
Sorry.
I don't.
that's
I,
okay.
honestly,
You
I
can
don't know
go,
how to,
Angie.
I don't know how to put my name into the video or into this for some reason.
If you can rename yourself, but I can't even. Oh, here
Okay,
you are.
okay, let's find out what you need.
Oh, I just found you.
Got it?
Look at. Is that you?
That's me.
Okay. Yay.
I just wanted to give some encouragement. I started as a new consultant about 5 weeks ago, and I was wanting to earn I wanted to get to 1,250 in sales, of course, and I thought there was no possible way. I didn't know who's going to want to book a party for me, who's going to want to order for me. So I just started reaching out to anyone and everyone on my friends list and my family. And during that time, the people that I thought would say no said yes, and some of the people that I was for sure said yes said no. So I just keep reaching out. I message people. I probably message about 10 people a week to say, hey, I'm a new consultant trying to expand my business. This is how easy it is. This is all you got to do. Just spend this amount of time and I do all the work for you, blah, 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 blah. And people on a whim said, oh, I guess I'll give it a try. And over the last 5 weeks, I'm on my 13th virtual show. So
That's
I
great.
just went into $11,000 in sales. And
Oh my gosh.
so it can be,
Angie.
and I'm just in awe because I'll get these, and I'm getting my emails. You got an order from your party. You got an order from your party, and it's so exciting. I check my email probably 25 times a day, but just to see those come in. So keep reaching out to anyone, go through 5 people every couple days, send out a message on Messenger, just call them or text them, and you would be very surprised on, you know, who says yes. And I've earned all the products and waiting on my knife set now. So
That's so exciting.
it's so exciting. Like you said, to see that. I took a picture when the FedEx truck pulled up with my first, you know, and I sent it to my husband. I'm like, I'm so excited to have these
I
things.
love
But
it. Oh my God.
Well, not only that, Angie, during a time where some people are getting income cuts, pretty soon you're going to have a pay raise.
Yeah.
You're getting very
Right.
close to your 15,000 in sales. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
That is
Yeah,
right.
I have 4 parties going right now, and more exciting, I have a girl that's a recruit. So she's going to start after her party ends this week. So it can be done. Just keep telling, you know, I just get really excited. I'm very passionate. I've been going to Pampered Chef parties since
That's
the
awesome.
90s, you know, so
Oh my God.
um,
Is this your first time as a consultant?
yes.
That
Yeah.
is amazing.
Yeah.
That is
So
amazing.
I do live videos, guys, get on and show some, you know, I do it on my parties. I demonstrate my products. I had everything laid out on my table last night, and I have my daughter, who's my assistant, takes things away for me. And I get in there, and if I make mistakes and I say stupid things, and I'm like, oh, I didn't mean that. You know, don't be afraid to sound stupid, because people don't care. They want to see the real in you, you know, and they just want to see your passion and excitement for the products. And I really believe that's what's helping my business.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
That is really great.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyone else? And if you have to go, yeah, it's 9:10. Yeah, if you need to go, thank you so much for joining us. We'll make sure that everybody gets we'll make sure that all the directors get a copy of this so that we can forward all of this on to you.
Yes. Thank you, everybody, for joining.
Thank you.
Mm.
Okay, I'm going to stop the recording.
Oh,
because
yes.
I don't want to